to be or not to be.
Welcome to the Actor's Dungeon. I'm your host and DM, Mike Kosh. Thank you very much for joining us. When trying to describe D&D to a friend, I summarized it as the intersection point between video games and live theater. This, of course, gave me an idea, and so I gathered some of my performance friends, put together a campaign, and we are pleased to present to you the Actor's Dungeon, a D&D 5e campaign with a twist. Like a live show, the actors have to stay in character, use their performance to lift the scene off the page, or in our case, the battle map. We are still experimenting with what structure works, what elements work or don't work, so each show will be a little different until we find that perfect structure. That's just part of the fun, though. We hope. Introducing Far and Away, a classic Odyssey campaign in which our heroes, whisked away from their home, must journey across the treacherous Sea of Storms. Will they find friend, foe, folly? We now go to tonight's episode. Well, we're on a boat. To set the story of our campaign, in the Kingdom of Valorem, His Majesty the virtuous Reginald Richmond II sent a delegation party to parlay with the Republic of Ironhold. It had been 5 years since the nations had engaged in open conflict on the high seas, but these clashes had been replaced by a slow-simmering Cold War that kept Valerem's ships close at hand. With the merchant vessels afraid of long voyages, the mining companies in Valorem have produced a surplus of minerals, including a generous supply of cold iron, a mineral treasured for its ability to repel the undead. Vowing to settle this, King Richmond has reached out to the greater kingdom, for the king is seeking representatives of the surrounding municipalities to perform as delegates. A community approach may soften Ironhold's temper, but just to be safe, the delegates will be protected by Reginald's finest ship and crew. We have Phelan Rohor. Kayla, if you could just say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
And why don't you introduce your character and why you've decided to join the delegation?
My name is Phelan. I'm an Eladrin Ranger. I am from a very secluded tribe where we mostly keep to ourselves. But I became curious about the greater outside world and felt the desire to explore and learn more. So I set off on my own, and I have decided to hop along onto this journey because what do you call it? Cold iron? Is that what it was?
The cold iron, correct.
Cold iron. Because the cold iron, I do not care if our kingdom gets rid of it because it's very dangerous to my kind. So I want it out, and I just think it's a great opportunity to see the world.
Alrighty. And Mac, why have you joined the delegation?
I am Mac. I'm a kobold. And this is Enchiz. He's my friend, and I'm doing this because I get to be friends with a king. He said we can be friends, so I'm doing that.
Man of simple means. And Eridan, what has brought you to the delegation?
Fortune and glory. Short round, fortune and glory.
And Lexandar, what has brought thee to the delegation?
So, I'm a rock gnome. Mostly I've come down from the mountains as I am, born from the world. And I just kind of walk around and see what's going on. And so my feet happened to lead me to a ship where I met some companions and found myself on this journey. I don't know what the fuck it's for, but here we go.
right. All right. And then, of course, Vlas, you will find out what happened to him shortly. You see, our delegation set sail on the good ship Richmond, named after the king himself, setting out to the Republic of Ironhold on a gentle sea. The ship's crew were all hardy and capable sailors, and you sailed proudly under the waving flag of peace, parlay, and friendship. Several days out from shore, the ship from Ironhold intercepted. Although you came under a flag of peace, the Ironhold ship rode the tide of war. The ship was taken in minutes, but the brigands who seized you stayed their blades, and instead had you bound, gagged, and blindfolded. Whatever their intentions were, for them, the imperative was that the ship be sunk and disappear without a trace. Shortly thereafter, you were traded to the dreadful Captain Gorham of the Urchin, where you were shackled in the hold amongst other unfortunate souls. Among them, Eridan recognizes Vlas the Ass, a scoundrel hero sharing the same home. Your weary minds cannot count how many days or weeks have gone by. Your wrists chained to the wall and your feet chained to bolts that run deep into the ship. You have seen the orcs take dying prisoners to be used for fishing bait. Others you have seen beaten to death before your eyes. The only thing you can do now is sit and wait. And just a note about our game. We have officially begun. Sorry, Tony? No, they are starting at level 3, but this is the beginning of a campaign. As of now, our actors must remain in character at all times for all questions, and if they have a question regarding the game, we must make a dramatic pause. It is the actor's way. But if things... we'll see how things play out. We tend to be a little loosey-goosey, but the goal is that you all have fun. So, you were all chained in the bowels of a ship.
Blast the ass. The god shit in my breakfast once again. What in the hell are you doing here?
Oh, I just like getting aboard slave ships and letting them beat the shit out of me and throw me in the brig. Just the usual weekend thing for me.
Yes, well, the last time I saw you, you were blowing out the side of a vault wall, spilling gold onto the streets. Not your best work, but commendable at the very least.
It wasn't supposed to go down like that. I was supposed to walk away with all the gold for myself.
Really? An entire vault full of... Your pockets could hold that... Wow.
You underestimate how much I can carry.
I think you overestimate the capability of your pants.
You two know each other?
Know of one another. He's a thief where I'm from. He just happened to stumble his way into doing the right thing, and then I'm guessing what? Rode that victory onto a slave ship? None of that was common.
What did he say?
Keep it down.
One of the orc guards passes through, glaring daggers at you with his cold, grim eyes.
Hey! One more word out of you and I'll smack you again!
Hey, big
It's going to be incredibly difficult. His mouth is full.
Sorry, I was eating a rat.
Ah. Yeah.
Hey, guard.
What?
Want to come in here? You and me one-on-one? Not all your buddies this time.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Oh,
You want to buy the rat?
I told you to be quiet!
And with that, the guard lashes out against the poor, defenseless kobold, his mouth full of rat. Mac's head is swatted against the ship's hull.
Dramatic pause. Sorry, dude. Sorry. I'm an asshole.
Damn it. Okay. You all get a push die because that made me break character. How about that? Oh, and your push die will reset each game, so this is... You all start with 1, so you should all be at 2 now. Just while we're on the dramatic pause, just so our viewers know, I give them push die, which allows them to add 1d6 to any roll, but a saving throw. That's something we needed to talk about. And that being said, anytime I break character, anytime they break character, I get to take 1 away. You, the audience, feel free to jump in and let me know if you think one of the actors has broken character. And now, Curtis, it was your pause, so feel free to call resume.
Resume.
Ow!
Ooh, that looked like it hurt.
And you'll get more of the same if you don't keep your mouth shut. Stay there and be quiet.
What's your name?
It's not important. Why do you care so much?
Hey, Greg, your shift's over. We're coming in.
Greg. Good to know.
Thanks, Grog. You're amazing.
Right.
The other one's Grog.
All right, you lot. Listen to me. We're going to Sinker's Wharf tomorrow. And that's where we can finally be ready. I say we probably get 50 gold ahead for you lot. And then he locks eyes with Phelan. I bet at least 75 for you, love. His teeth are stained with yellow and green. His breath reeks of rat and sea foam.
Oi, what's going on down here? Why is this kobold bleeding?
Skip! You. And then enters that the only ray of hope since you have been on the boat. A small orc boy named Skip. Every time he has come down to check your shackles or to deliver food, every time his crewmen have turned away, he will drop a scrap of water or a water skin at your feet before leaving. It is thanks to this young boy that you've been able to make it through.
You know
That
you're not
ni-
supposed to hit them like that.
It wasn't me, it was Greg.
Oh,
Listen, Grog. Grog, was it? Grog. You might
Greg.
you might only get 50 gold ahead for us, but that's because we've been sitting and starving. If you gave us, since we're only what you said a day's journey away from our destination, just gave us a little bit more rations, give us our strength. That way, when we're standing on top of the stage, we'll strike a little bit more of an imposing picture. Maybe allow us to stretch our legs. Shackles in
Stage,
place,
I can
of
sing
course.
a song.
Please don't talk.
Are you saying you want to take a walk?
Wait, no. Greg, I know what he's saying. He's saying he wants something to eat. I think we can go find him something to eat. Skip, check their shackles. Make sure they're good and tight. And with that,
Yes, sir.
Greg and Grog scamper off, chuckling to themselves as they go out the portcullis, leaving Skip alone to check the shackles.
Hey, little lizard, are you okay?
No, I think I bumped my nose a little bit. Also, I think I'm worth at least 100. I hurt my feelings.
Maybe. You're so conscious after taking a hit from something like that in your size. I'll hand it to you. Not
The
bad.
rat carcass broke the fall a little bit, I'll give it that.
Yeah.
I apologize for those two. They're very enthusiastic about their work.
One way to put
Look
it.
at you, you're bleeding all over the place.
No, Par, that's actually the rat.
As Skip begins checking the manacles as he does each night, the ruckus returns as Greg and Grog return with something you smell first. That vicious part of the sea. It smells like guts and rot. And with that, the two orcs chuckle as they throw this barrel of slurry all over Eridan. Rot, fish, mulch, and bones wash all over him. The stench is vomit-inducing.
Good God, Grog. Greg, why is that? It's disgusting. He's covered in
Shut
gore.
up, you! Greg swats Skip across the back. Now, check the orc shackles. He's a crafty one, he is.
Right, on it.
And with that, Skip checks the shackles. Only this time. I'm good, thank you. Alright, if you want to... Dramatic pause! Sorry, my wife is here. Yeah,
That's
I
a
want drink,
penalty,
thank you.
sir.
That is a penalty. You all get another push die.
Hello, life. Thanks for the
Oh,
die.
it's Greg's life.
Make me anything. Or what are you offering, sir? I've got plenty of water. I thought you were making drinks. Okay, sure.
I'll
Take a
take a rum and
Pepsi.
Coke, please.
All right, so Aaron just gave you all a free push die.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron. Thank you, Aaron.
Just
Alright.
ask for some rat.
Eridan will be taking the slurry and actually just rubbing it into his skin.
I started eating it. That's fine dining.
All right, I am officially resuming. Oh, look, he's rubbing it into his skin. What a creep! And they just laugh and chuckle. Skip, for some time you've been thinking about it. The young orc looks to his two companions and looks Vlas the Ass straight in the eye. And with a quick maneuver of his hand, he leaves Vlas the Ass's right arm unshackled. The orcs continue harassing Eridan and giving strange looks to the kobold.
You realize that now that I smell absolutely foul, I'm not going to get nearly close to 20 gold, much less 50.
Ah,
Right,
that's
you know.
fine. Alright, Skip,
Yes, sir.
you and Greg go up top. I'm gonna stick around here. It's my shift, and I like to see these two. Wait, Greg, let's
What?
place bets. Which one of them do you think is gonna retch first?
I don't know. They're both pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
I'd
My
say it's a
bet's
toss-up.
on the rock gnome. He thinks he's sitting there all silent like.
Oh, if
Yeah,
I knew
that
his type,
smell
he thinks
must be-
he's better than me, huh?
Come on, you Skip, get your asses up top. They're gonna need you for the landing party. There's lots of scabbers in the harbor. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yes, sir. On it.
Oh wait, Skip, one last thing. And with that,
Yeah.
Grog clubs Skip across the face. That's what you get, you little knob. Don't think just because you're the captain's son you're gonna get away with anything.
Oh, get out of here. Fine. I'll leave. God, you good people are too much.
And with that, Skip and Greg return up top, leaving Grog pacing about the cabin, seeming to be off in his own world.
You know, Grog, I wouldn't have taken that bet. I mean, we've been smelling you for days and no one's thrown up yet. This is literally a breath of fresh air.
That's because I got an enchanting musk.
You know,
He said, missing the point.
my pal sitting over there is right. That's one of the things I think I like about being half human. I don't smell as bad as the rest of you.
Oh, we got another half-breed who thinks he's just the smartest thing on two legs. And with that, Grog stomps over to you and leans right in. Yeah, you have no idea the fury of ferocity of a full-blooded orc, bub.
Oh, I know it quite well. Because you want to know something?
What's that?
You get tunnel vision when you're mad. Because you would have seen this.
What?
As I pull my right arm out and punch him in the jaw.
All right. And now we are in initiative. Blast the ass frees his hand. Clobbering the orc in the side of the face. An audible crack sounds as his jaw breaks.
Ugh!
But okay, I think I may have need to. As I grab a hold of my. Screw it.
As I sit there and I put my feet up on the wall and jerk as hard as I can, trying to pull the chain up out of the wall.
Phelan, you are shackled. Your hands are above you, your feet are tied together at your feet. And the chain is bolted into the floor. What do you do?
Well, I am going to use my acrobatic skills to try and break free.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Vlas the ass pries himself against the wall, and it sends a shudder through the shipwork. And you find now your shackles are easier to escape from, and with a quick slip of your wrist, you are broken out of the shackles. Your feet, however, remain tied. This brings us... Mac, the kobold, is ready for action.
Hi. Am I able to use my hands? Can I wiggle my hands around? Like a little funny guy.
It would require a test of your acrobatics.
Specifically, do I have enough wiggle room to use semantic spells?
With an acrobatics check, I may allow it.
Okay. Oh wait, sorry, that should be
have
plus
enough
3
wiggle
instead of
room to
Yeah.
make your semantic spells.
Alright, yeah, this'll work better. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast him. I'm gonna like kind of wiggle my puppet on my inches, who's in my back pocket. He's gonna hop on, and then like from behind my back, we're gonna like friendship blast, and then chuck it over me.
The blast sears out, clobbering Grog right in the chest, sending him stumbling backwards.
Oh, hot shit, that's a lot.
And he stands up. Listen, and then he looks down and realizes most of his organs are visible. Damn.
What's going on down there?
Grog falls.
They just gave
to
us
the
more
ground.
guts in the pile.
Smells
But-
absolutely horrific.
Grog!
But does Greg fall for the ruse? How persuasive is the party?
Is this a deception?
It is indeed a deception!
Oh, cool, I'm good at those. Yeah, that's a dirty 20.
Well,
Greg,
It's just guts.
it's just a bunch of guts.
Greg, you know that noise is probably Grog thrashing them about. and it brings a chuckle to your heart, knowing that they are getting theirs.
All right. Don't have too much fun down there, Grog.
And he waits for
you got it.
But does he fall for that ruse? He
Maybe that's
falls
16.
for that ruse! Grog's been hitting the grog again. And with that, your only jailer lays dead at your feet.
Nicely done.
I did it. I made a friend. He's dead now, but I made him dead.
I don't think you wanted to be.
There's so much to unpack there. Let's unshackle ourselves first, shall we?
Yeah. I'm done pulling on this damn chain.
Does anyone see the keys? 'Cause I can grab the keys. I just gotta see them.
There's a number of fish bones here. If anyone's good enough to make makeshift lockpicks.
Yeah. Right over
I'd
here.
like to look for the keys. Like, I just need to see them.
Alexander, unfortunately, because of your current situation, it is impossible to escape from the chains. Mac, you look around for the keys.
Yeah.
You see, the keys are, unfortunately, clipped to your jailer's belt. And
That's
he
okay. I just
lays-
used Mage Hand.
You cast Mage Hand. The hand reaches out and picks up the keys from his belt, only they are stuck to his lanyard quite firmly.
Ah,
The
dang it.
Mage Hand jerks back and forth, but only serves to jingle the keys.
Guys, look, I'm making music. Shing, shing, shing.
Now is not the time.
Oh, for the love of the afterlife.
I start. Can I reach out and try and grab it to help break it loose?
You will not be able to reach far enough, but you know, with the right thievery rolls, you can probably use enough of the fish bones to pick the rest of your own shackles. But it will be tricky.
I'm going to try and put as many fish bones and like fish on my feet and then kick them at Blast.
Vlas, aside from some potentially unfriendly gestures, there is a surplus now of bones, spinal bones, rib bones, skulls, and teeth at your disposal.
Well, thank you very much, Aridin.
You
I'll have to remember that next time I'm kicking your ass.
you got a little schmutz. It's on your. There you go.
Dramatic pause. Which one do I click to do that?
It would be sleight of hand, or it would be thievery.
If you're using thieves' tools, it's actually just a straight dex check.
All right.
If you are proficient in thieves' tools, add your proficiency modifier to your dexterity check.
He's proficient in thieves' tools.
All right then.
Okay, so click deck. Okay, so up here the saving throw is a dex check. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and I fashion something out.
And I begin in dramatic pause. All right. I think I got it. Maybe.
And like a knife through butter. That's probably not the right analogy here. Like a key in a lock. It pops open. Vlas the ass, both your hands are free, and with that you can very easily unshackle your legs. Vlas the ass is free.
Ugh. Oh. Well, look at you. Kicks him in the head.
Vlas kicks Aridin in the head.
No, the grog.
Vlas kicks Grog in the head.
Still jingling around the keys like
Okay, you need to stop doing that.
Vlas grabs the keys from the belt, only to find a mage hand attempts to grab them from him. He grabs
I'll
back,
have it.
creating a light tug of war.
Stop. Just give the keys.
No, I'm not pulling on my arm. I'm not doing anything. My hands are behind my back.
Can we trust him?
Do try to realize that you're big enough to be shark bait. Give him the keys so he can unlock us.
Dude, the mate chain can only lift like 10 pounds. You're not gonna have any trouble contesting this thing.
Oh yeah, you're right. Go.
And with that, Vlas the ass possesses the keys, away from the pesky spectral hand.
Now I'm thinking here.
Oh, this is never good.
God damn it. Okay, you all get another push die.
Do I just go ahead and save myself, or do I take you all with me?
It depends.
maybe
Can you
one.
swim? We're a day's sail outside of a slaver's island. I'm curious as to where you're going.
I can become friends with the captain and he can let us go.
Yes, because that's been going so well for everyone.
Well, you wouldn't even be out of this mess if it wasn't for Mac.
Oh,
Very
yes.
true. But given
Oh.
the fact that he just eviscerated one of the captain's guards, I highly doubt the captain's going to be receptive to a friendship.
You don't know me.
He's got a point. But yeah, you're right. You always seem to be the right one and the smart one as we were growing up, Aridin. Here you go. Unshackle yourself.
You realize my hands are actually behind my head.
Do you need some help?
Free the others first.
But Phelan, this is when you realize the keys might be in reach of your newly freed hands.
Yes. Just give me the keys and I'll unlock everybody else and we can all get out of here.
Here you are, young lady.
Thank you very much. I'll start freeing everyone. I'll start with Aridin and then go. Ooh.
Sorry. My
That's a point.
Yep, that's a point. You're right. My email opened on the shared screen. You all get
Anybody
the push
else
die.
at all find it strange this voice we keep hearing down here with us?
I feel like I know you all from some deep, like maybe 6-hour adventure we all had together, but I can't remember.
That would be the starvation and dehydration slowly setting in.
You're
I've been
hallucinating.
eating rat.
Eating one rat in a span of 3 days is not good for you.
Well, that's why I'm gonna have some of these guts too, and I have my mage hand pick up some as like takeout.
That's a
All right.
My mage hand
Great story.
grabs a handful
10 pounds
of,
worth of guts.
a
So
handful of
wonderful story.
disgusting-
Also,
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Everyone, you should be out now.
Aridin,
Unlock
you're
all
never,
your
allowed,
shackles.
you're never allowed to talk about my stench ever again.
fair enough.
And with that, one by one, you are all set free.
Now, I just need to find my shield. And then we should be good.
What about the quiet one?
Well, he's with us.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get this out of the way. I'm Aridin. That's Vlas. You're Mac, correct?
Yeah.
And your name, my lady?
Phelan.
Phelan. And I don't feel right calling you Quiet One. Is there a name I should call you?
Any name will do. But most call me Alexander, the smiling gnome.
And with that, Alexander speaks up. His voice oddly calming, his demeanor oddly soothing for someone who has just been shackled and beaten over the course of a week.
Well, your voice is oddly calming and your demeanor oddly soothing.
Thank you, Mac.
Mac, stop quoting the narrator. Group hallucinations, never a good sign. So, let's take the crew, shall we?
Well,
Okay.
we need our weapons.
I don't.
Well,
There
some of
seems
us
to be a
need our
chest in the. There seems to be a chest in the corner near the door.
You all follow Alexander's gaze, where he points out a large ramshackle steamer trunk. It is a good place to bet where your possessions may lay.
Well, I'll be.
All right. I will. Aridin walks over to the chest.
The chest does not open.
It's locked. Glass.
You know what? Nah, we're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way.
No. We're trying to be quiet, giving the element of surprise. You're smashing things, they're gonna know something's up.
Oh, it's just me beating them with the chest.
See, I can do a good impression of him, can't I?
Where's my bone key?
very convincing.
Okay. And I think I may.
It's a little tricky, and the bone key feels like it could break at any moment, but the lock
Don't you do it.
is old-fashioned and easy to pick. The lock springs open, unfortunately breaking the bone key with it, but you now have your full suite of gear.
There you are.
I got a toothpick now.
All right. Well then. I am going to have to clean so much.
From above you, you can hear footsteps of orcs and ship hands hustling and bustling. You know that what awaits above you will be no easy feat. The ship's crew are mostly swarthy pirates, most of them wielding crossbows that can peg a fish out of the water. They are ruthless and they are angry. However, you also know that some of the deckhands are there against their will. Some of them are slaves that begged to be spared, and so they have been shackled and put to work. Nonetheless, nothing is as fearful as Captain Gorham himself, the strange and dangerous spellcasting orc.
Blas,
Yes.
do you remember before that plan of yours went pear-shaped, when you just kind of made a slight noise and one guard came to check it out, you knocked him out, dragged him over to a room, and then continued until you had a room full of about 5 unconscious guards?
Yeah, I remember that.
You think that would work here?
Worth a shot.
I mean,
And what
this
else
is
we
the
got
slave
going
hold.
for us?
This is the slave hold. It's not like they're going to light it on fire. The entire ship's made out of wood. we are literally their form of income. So they're going to try their hardest not to kill us, which means we can fight as hard as possible.
Very true.
All right. This should be fun.
I can use a spell to make it sound like the guy's calling for help. I don't even need to deceive anyone. And I know my impression's spot on, but like I can just have a spell do it too.
I'm starting to like short stuff over here.
Well, I mean, if it saves your voice for future performances, then why not?
Yeah. I mean, do you want me to do it? I can have him call for help. Do you want to get in position first? Do you want to like hide?
Yeah, let's get into a more beneficial position for an ambush.
And so with that, the party disperses themselves, hiding amongst... Everybody is able to find a little bit of cover, whether they're ducking behind barrels of fish or hiding behind rafters and beams and pillars. Anybody who attempts to hide can find cover, and those who wish to be on the assault team may find their cover a little less convincing.
Oh, guys, watch this real quick too. I need help with this. I'm not a strong boy, and I'm gonna drag the dead body over to like the very back of the hallway where it's like just visible from the stairs.
I'll grab Grog by his tunic and just pick him up and drag him.
Oh, you're picking me up too, wee!
It is easy enough to find a place to stow Grog, where he will neither be seen nor missed.
No, I want him visible, like
Grog
just
have any
visible.
Does Grog have any weapons on him?
Grog has a small short sword on him. And with that error corrected, Mac points out that no, the body was supposed to be just where it was barely visible. And so the body remains in sight.
Alright. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use minor illusion to create a screamy sound. And it's that guy going,
Oh, help me! I'm dying! Help!
with that exact inflection.
From above, Greg, you hear, you could swear, Grog screaming, "I'm dying, come help me."
Grog, what is wrong with you?
You open...
Answer me!
There is no answer.
Grog, I swear to God, if you're sleeping again...
Greg enters the premises. Oh, and he has a look around. Immediately, he sees
this. Something's not right.
Noticing something isn't right, he has a look around and sees that off in the distance, his friend, Greg, is dead. And around him, the prisoners have escaped.
We have a few rats running around. But where are you?
Greg.
Come out!
Greg begins searching around. Looking for...
You know I can smell you. And it's not just fear. Isn't that right, halfling? You're here, aren't you?
I shoot my crossbow.
He is finding it very difficult to see. It is as if his eyes are still adjusting from the lights above to the deck light below. Oops. And the crossbow. And it does not go into his armor. It sticks out of his shoulder And with that,
You have to do that.
Greg is now aware of your presence. Roll initiative, everyone.
I don't think my friendship arrow worked. It was supposed to be like Cupid's arrow. He was supposed to love me, but now he's angry.
You don't say. As
Maybe
I
I wasn't angry, but can I make people angry with my arrows? Oh, that's a cool spell.
Oh, I am plenty angry.
It's working.
So you're the one who's shooting toothpicks!
No, actually, they're arrows. I kind of made them myself. I was really proud of them.
I come up out of my hiding spot and try to tackle
All right.
Greg to the ground.
But Mac, even though he had just fired off his crossbow... Oh, no, sorry. Your GM needed to scroll upwards a bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty low in this order.
Phelan,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Oh, crap.
All right.
From your hiding spot, you have a clear vantage point of your jailer, Greg. What do you do?
Well, that's the perfect setup to shoot my longbow right at him.
Your arrow flies true. And my god, do you hurt him?
Ah!
Grog, an arrow pierces your leather armor, hitting you right in the back. Phelan returns to the cover of her pillar. Eridan,
Who shot that? Come out!
Dang, you have angry arrows too. That's cool.
Or is it my go?
it is Eridan.
Okay, I thought I heard you say my name. Didn't know. Right. So I'm going to kind of come out from behind the pillar, just rush and punch him as hard as I can in the throat. Because why not?
Eridan
Very
runs
original.
out, his fist barred, and he punches.
Horribly. Slipping on the floor with all those fish guts.
Greg, you hear him coming, and as he slips on the fish guts, you easily block his fist.
Pathetic.
Slipped on your friend.
But Mac emerges ready to attack.
Surprise. It's me. I'm just gonna shoot my crossbow again. Yeah.
Mac fires his crossbow. This time it strikes true, piercing the orc's hide armor.
Yay. Barely. Can I use one of my things now for damage, or is it only on the rolls?
You may indeed.
Alright, what was it again?
1d6.
D6, alright. Alright, that's a 7 now.
The bolt digs in deep, passing through the stitches in your hide armor, Grog, and hitting somewhere deep within you. For the first time in a long time, you feel
I'm
the
Greg.
fear of mortality. It is your turn.
My turn. Right. Dramatic pause. Okay.
No.
So you're not the boss of me.
Do you need the link again to the orc stats?
No, I got it. So, so do we all have short? Do all the slavers have short swords because all I have here is
Nope, you
great
have-
axe and jab.
You have great axe and javelin.
Okay, cool.
Fun
All
fact,
right.
the only reason he had
So-
a short sword was because I couldn't remember what the sheet said.
And he's an idiot. he needs to get the right blicky.
I don't trust
All
him
right,
with an axe.
let's do this.
Also, Curtis, before we unpause, everybody say hello to our good friend Maxine Orr, who's
Hi.
loving the voices we're doing right now.
Oh, hey, Maxine. Welcome.
Hello, Max.
Welcome.
Hello.
New friend!
New friend indeed.
Yes,
She is.
friendship.
Okay, I'm ready.
Resume.
First, I pull out these measly arrows out of my body. Then, I want to attack with my great axe and swing at the nearest person.
Greg raises his great axe and swings at Eridan, who just attempted to punch him. However, Eridan is too quick, and as Greg raises the axe, its trajectory is known, and deftly he sweeps to the side, the great axe missing its target. Vlas, you prepare yourself.
All right, let's see here. Well, since he's busy with Eridan, thank you very much for that, pal. I'm gonna come running up with my dagger and try and stab your ass in your neck.
Vlas's dagger strikes true, hitting Greg right in the side of the neck.
Ah! Get
But
off
we
of
need
me!
to know how much damage it did, Vlas, to determine.
17.
That was the attack roll. We need to know the damage roll next.
Oh. 9.
Eridan, the axe comes down, and Grog grins, hating you through his crooked smile and vicious glower. However, you know his time is short, as Vlas the ass, silent as a...
Silent but deadly.
There we go. Silent but deadly. Sneaks up behind him and strikes him in the neck, cutting him up through the side. With that, Greg mutters his final words on this mortal plane.
You all smell terrible.
And he
Not as bad
falls
as you.
to the ground, slathered in fish guts. Now, however, Alexander, you hear the footsteps above. They know something is not right down below deck. You have lost the element of surprise. And what awaits before you? You know you are... Whatever awaits before you, you know it will test your strength and your skills. But we will pause here for an intermission. So, we will resume in 10 minutes, everybody. Please feel free to use the bathroom, do whatever you need to do. And we will see you back momentarily for the exciting second act of Far and Away, Episode 1. Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying our show. Now comes the time where I, like all indie producers, have to ask you to please like and subscribe to our series. However, I know that your affections are not freely won, and so I must pass a DC 10 charisma check. Ready? Here we go. I'd love it if maybe you would There's something about smashing a subscribe button, or I don't know. Yeah, but if you could do that, whatever it is, that would be terrific. Yeah. Rolling aside, please do leave us a review or a crafty heckle if you feel so inclined. These do help us improve, and as a special treat to encourage you to do so, the highest rated praises and heckles will be read in one of our next sessions. Just keep it within the community guidelines. Got your drink? Been to the bathroom? Good, because now we return to our show. So, with Lyxander's warning, you all hear the sounds of footsteps coming from above. The trapdoor swings open. The orcs are aware that their prized prisoners are about to escape. Everybody rolls initiative.
Oh, that's real bad.
Oof. Well,
That hurts.
It's not gonna hurt as bad as the beating we're about to get.
Nah, I think in that one hurts more than that big egg.
Ranged. Stay as far back from the stairs as possible. Anyone who's hand to hand, step up close. Give ranged their room to shine.
And with that, we begin. Lyxander the Smiling Nomad, you step from your cover. These orcs are within striking distance, and they are looking mighty, mighty punchable.
Okay. Let's see. I feel quite energized today. Let's see what we can do.
And don't forget, you do have quite amount of push die at the moment in case you do want to roll into. Oh God, you don't need to.
Do
So
it
with
anyway.
a 25, Lyxander the Smiling Nomad quite nimbly crosses over to one of the guards coming down the stairwell, punching him in the side of the leg. The guard howls and turns to face Lyxander the Smiling Nomad. Eredin, you stood ready and waiting, your shield held high. What do you do?
Well, I will come up behind the orc that is now faced off with Lyxander, and I will flank him and hopefully clip him in the base of the skull with the sharp of my elbow.
Right. Lyxander, as the orc turns towards you, Eredin runs up, doing exactly what he said. The elbow strikes true. The orc stumbles forward. You can see him clutching at his back as he fumbles and shivers and crumples to the ground. It would have been his turn, but now he is dead. His friends all storm in. You recognize a strong formation. They know not to march wantonly down the stairs. They keep their guard up, pushing their way into the room. Eredin, another orc, having seen his friend hurt, attempts to strike you. You are caught off guard, and he strikes you. Ah! You receive 8 points of damage from his great axe. He is awfully, awfully angry.
Can't imagine why.
Another orc, fearing the damage that Lyxander the gnome has done, he attempts to attack you. But Lyxander, you are too quick, and as his axe careens down into the ship deck, you dodge to the side. The others begin scouting to see who else they can find. They do not see anyone else in their cover. So, They begin surrounding Eridan. Eridan suffers another hit. This time taking 11 damage from the Great Axe. Another one pushes up towards Lixandar as he deftly dodges back. And Lixandar, as you dodge one axe, another one unfortunately clips you, finding where you're about to land, and you take 6 points of damage.
Dramatic pause. Quick question.
Yes.
Am I within 5 feet of Alexander?
No,
Damn. Okay then. You're on your own. Sorry.
you are within 10 feet.
Got it.
Phelan, you see two of your friends getting ganged up on while one orc continues hunting for the rest of you, knowing that at any moment he's going to see the barrel or look behind the pillar that one of your companions is hiding behind. What do you do?
I am going to take aim with my longbow at the one attacking Eridan. So let's see if that hits.
You knock an arrow and you fire. The arrow strikes true.
All right.
And you hurt him.
And as I fire it,
Holy shit, you hurt him.
I would also like to use my dreadful strikes as well for this attack, so I get 1d4 of psychic damage on this dude.
All right, Eridan. As the orc raises his great axe, you see an arrow strike him in the side, and suddenly his head shudders as he suffers additional assault. Vlas the ass. You can see everything that's happening from your place behind the fish barrel. The smell of rotten guts wafting from within. What do you do?
I'm gonna pick up the barrel, and I'm gonna throw it at the one. I'm gonna throw it at the two trying to get a hold of Alexander.
All right. The barrel is easy enough to raise. You draw the attention of the other orcs in the ship as you in the room with you. As you suddenly, your hiding spot is now your weapon, and you make a ranged attack. Let me know if you require additional assistance.
Yes. What would be a ranged attack?
This seems like a good moment for a dramatic pause.
Yes,
Charlie,
dramatic
if
pause.
you could walk him through this.
All right. So for you, your ranged attacks could be anywhere from throwing a dagger. Now, normally for a dagger, you'd be using your dexterity bonus, so it would be the +4 beside your short bow, the bonus that you're going to be using if you wanted to throw it.
Okay. Okay. And
Back on.
Vlas raises the barrel of fish guts. And it arcs over Eridan and the orcs he's fighting. Everybody quickly does a reactive dodge as it then goes hurtling towards Lixandar. Lixandar, you know that if you don't make a dexterous save, this will careen into you and knock you over. Unfortunately, you were not quite fast enough.
Oh boy.
And your two friends were fast enough. So, Lixandar, you are... Vlas the ass throws a barrel of fish Alexander, you unfortunately suffer 6 points of damage, and you fall prone.
That had to hurt.
The two orcs that were assaulting you look over their head towards Vlas. Thanks for the assist.
You have daggers and you opted for the fish barrel.
I was
Thank-
going for a large blunt object that could take them both out at one time.
Thank
me.
goodness he did throw a barrel and not the arrows.
Mac, the young kobold,
Hi.
seeing this
I'm not
unfold
young, I'm
before
40.
you, you step out from behind your pillar. What do you do?
So how many are there? How many
There
orcos?
are 6. Sorry,
Six,
there
alright.
are 5. One is currently dead. Very, very dead.
Alright, I want to scoot so I get as many in the 10-foot cube as possible without getting reaction against me.
Very well.
Like just scooting over there.
It is easy to do so. However,
Alright.
you will. There is only one that is not engaged with anyone else. Everyone else is currently within arm's distance of one of your companions.
That's fine. Hey guys, watch this. And my eyes like flare up completely purple, and this like ominous purple flame emerges around me. It doesn't do damage, but it just emerges around me. And I start speaking infernal like, and every orc has to make a DC 15 saving throw. Wisdom.
Very well. The orcs look perplexed and frightened as the one who is looking around to find where you were simply chuckles at this strange display. The two currently engaged with Eridan simply look over. What is that thing up to? And the final two with Lexandar scream in horror.
Yeah, they're frightened.
Now, describe what happens to them, brave Mac.
So the ones that were unaffected they just see me talking infernal and they're like, "That was you're doing this kind of weird." But for the ones that are frightened, in the purple flames they see like visions of their worst nightmares, just made flesh surrounding me, swimming around me, and it kind of vanishes immediately. But they are very shaken for the next 6 or so seconds, and they can't approach me. And they also have disadvantage if they can see me, I believe.
Excellent. So the orcs simply stare in horror, their jaws dropping, and they know that they must end this quickly and escape whatever horror that seems to be. And this brings us back.
Wait, hold on. I'm also gonna use Draconic Cry real quick to give everyone who can hear me advantage against... Sorry, everyone advantage against the people who can hear me. So if all the orcs can hear me, everyone gets advantage on them.
Excellent. All the orcs can hear you. You have not
And-
deafened or chopped off any ears. So everybody now, you feel
Friendship!
the power of friendship. And you know that every time you make an attack roll, you can do so twice and take the better result. And
That's
this
awesome.
brings us back.
Blast, that also means that your sneak attack kicks off.
Oh,
If you're attacking with a finesse or finesse weapon and you have advantage on the roll, you get your sneak attack. He just gave you advantage.
okay, cool.
Flass, you know that this is your time to shine. Alexander, these two cowering creatures are swiping at you with their great axes. What do you do?
Let's see. Let's see if I can get out of the way.
You easily retreat back to a safe distance. You are no longer within range of their axe swings.
Beautiful. Let me see. I'd also like to. Would I be able to use a key point here?
Absolutely, you may.
I would like to use a key point and step of the wind to dash back into the fray.
Oh. You take a step back. They seem ready to disengage, and then you dash forward, ready to strike.
And I'd like to attack the closest one.
And you strike too. True.
And is it possible to use a second key point here?
For that, I would ask Eridan.
What are you doing?
I want to now do a flurry of blows.
Technically, yes.
Okay.
You have a finite. You have a finite number of key points. There is no upper limit as to how many key points you can spend in a round. You only have 3, so I mean, you spent one for the step of the wind. Spend another one for you just took the attack action. So yeah.
Okay. First attack.
Right. The strike hits true. And your fists do a flurry of damage.
I should be rolling connecting hits for this as well, yeah, for each.
I always find it best to roll the attack rolls first to find out how many attacks. You have 3 attacks currently.
Yes.
Find out how many hit, and then roll the damage for each one.
Okay. It would be for. So technically, my first attack roll would have made a connect. Yes.
Correct. Yes.
So that would be my second, and this would be my third, and I got 8 damage for each attack.
All right. So, one orc instantly drops after you hit him once, cutting him across the knee, forcing him to bend over. And at that point, you leap forward with an uppercut. And with the fury and the ferocity of your fists, you feel it connect and break him down. The next one, then, you turn to him, using your momentum, and you swipe him in the side of the ribs, and you hear that thunderous crack as you cause him lots and lots of pain. Arrgh, he says, bringing us to Eridan's turn.
All right. Okay, just logistically, who's around me? I have, 2 people swinging at me?
You have 2 people swinging at you. Vlas the Ass is about 10 feet away, just slightly behind and to your right. Further down the hall is Mac and Phelan, who are
Also
keeping
probably
their
like
distance.
surrounded.
Okay.
One orc was attempting to seek them out, but now seems more interested in you, and 2 were fighting Lixandar. However, one of them has just gone down.
Okay, so I am going to attack with advantage thanks to the Draconic Cry. One of the ones in front of me. Wow. Apparently not.
And you go to punch him. Only
I think all that the pain racking through his body from being hit twice with an axe. Takes a swing and immediately twinges, and the accuracy and the power of the punch just goes right out of him.
And with that, the orc, seeing you miss, decides to seize the opportunity and swings at you.
My question, is this one of the frightened ones?
It is not,
Okay.
but thank you for the reminder.
Yeah.
What? And it connects Eridan, and you feel the pain of another great axe for 6 more damage.
I am going to use one of my superiority dice for my Battlemaster abilities called Parry. When another creature damages you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend 1 superiority die and reduce the damage by a number you roll plus 3. 8 in total.
He hits you with the great axe. You feel better.
I don't heal. I just swat the axe away with my shield.
The orc looks at you, mesmerized and angry. Alrighty. With that, the orc that was in the middle hunting for the 2 ranged warriors, he spies. Who will it be? He spies Phelan peeking out from behind one of the pillars. And he charges. Using his aggressive bonus action, he very quickly closes the distance between him and you, Phelan, and he comes at you with his great axe, ready to smite you down. But you are... Yep, you are simply too nimble, and you quickly go back behind the pillar, the great axe smacking nothing but wood. Now, and that is... So the second orc surrounding Eridan makes an attack roll. And he is simply too slow to hit you. And now the last orc around. Lixandar, you have just swatted him in the side, and he is very, very angry. He lifts up his great axe, catching you on the upswing, and you take 9 points of damage as the blade of the axe delves into your soft, gnomey flesh.
And that was also not a frightened one.
My apologies, that one was a frightened one, so he has to do that a second time. Unfortunately, it is still a hit.
Ah, dang it.
It's actually
I
a
tried.
better hit than before.
I'm sorry, I tried.
I will re-roll the damage, though, and you'll take the least of them. Oh, God, that one's even more. Okay, so you still take the 9 damage.
Thanks for the help, Kobold.
I mean, he was spooked.
Actually, I will give you all a push die, because that was my bad for forgetting that. I have one job. That is one of the most important things.
No, that was a good roll. Keep it.
Quite you.
Alrighty. This brings us to Phelan. There is an orc now within arm's reach of you. What do you do?
All right. Since he's in arm's reach of me, I'm going to attack that one with my short sword.
Alright. Your nimble hands go around your short sword, grabbing it from your belt and slicing him across the abdomen. You are successful in your hit. The orc howls and spits blood in his fury. Blast the ass. There are no more fish barrels beside you.
Damn it.
Thank goodness.
Thanks for. I'm sorry, alright? See. Well. These two are scared. Alright, let's have some fun. I charge at the two ones that are taken down by Mac's spell. Come running up and jam my daggers in both their skulls.
There is currently only one who is still afraid. The other one, Lexandar, killed quite efficiently with an uppercut.
Oh, well, I'm not even paying attention. Sorry about that. So I'll go after the one with just my short sword and jam it in his skull.
Run out of barrels, have we?
Yeah, but don't worry. I got something a lot more fun.
I hope you guys have been rolling with advantage because you've had it the last round.
I did, and I rolled 2 2s.
Alright. Yay.
Alright. Flash, make your short sword attack. You have made your short sword attack, and my god, you hit. The dagger strikes true. Or the short sword strikes true, running deep into the orc's chest. Lexandar, you see Vlas the ass briefly disappear behind the foe you are currently facing off with, and nothing but a steel short sword pops through the other side. The orc gurgles, falling down to the ground. There. Now the frightened characters are no longer frightened. They are instead dead. But Mac, it is your turn once more.
Alright, so remind me, how many orcs are there still?
There are 3.
3, and can I get within 10 feet of each of them, like together?
Unfortunately, no. 2 of them are together fighting, facing off against Eridan, while one has gone about 10 feet back from you, fighting off against Phelan.
Phelan will be fine. I'm gonna scoot over to the 2 that are close together. I'm gonna take out my puppet, and he's gonna spread his arms wide as I can when I grab the sticks. And it's gonna cast Arms of Hugging. And let's see. Tendrils of dark purple energy erupt from me and batter all creatures within 10 feet of me. Each creature in that area must make a strength saving throw.
Alright. Suddenly, from the purple miasma of Mac, purple tendrils reach out, trying to grab the foes.
What is this? Get away!
Your DC check once again, please, Mac.
It is a 15, I think. One sec. Yeah, 15. Spell safe.
One of the orcs around Eridan flexes out of it, his great muscles breaking the tendrils as if they were nothing but string. The second one, however, is completely engulfed by the tendrils.
Oh, so
Restrained.
on a failed save, they can't take reactions. And on a successful save, they take half damage but suffer no other effects. So that's 3d6. That's 12 for one and 6 for the other.
Alrighty. Although he was able to flex off the tendrils, the struggle kills him.
Yeah.
The other one is completely engulfed, and you hear the horrid snapping of its bones.
I do not consent!
Guys, look at how strong my hugs are.
Curtis, you're not supposed to make me break. You're supposed to be my co-GM. Now they all get a push tie. I hope you're happy.
I'm ecstatic.
I'm
thank
happy.
you.
Leaving one orc left standing.
Do I have anything for bonus?
Let me double check that.
No. I am done.
Lexandar, the fight has been hard. You are surrounded by 2 corpses and your new friend, Vlas the Ass. You're both smelling of fish guts. You are a little worse for wear, but there is only now one orc standing between you and freedom. The orc is about 15 feet away, engaged with Phelan.
Let's see. I'd like to take a better look at this orc as best I can. I don't notice very much, I guess.
You know that this orc is frothing at the mouth, angry, bitter, and looking for blood.
Any chains or shackles on this orc's ankles or arms?
No, he carries nothing but a few skulls, which could possibly be something he picked up at a souvenir shop, or maybe the skulls of halflings, possibly gnomes, some other small creature.
Let's see.
They're probably soup bowls.
I would like to close the distance between he and I. How far away is he?
He is approximately 15 feet from your location. You could easily close that distance.
Okay, I would like to close that distance while he is distracted. And I would like to try and persuade him to give up.
All right. You will need to make a persuasion check rather than a performance, unless you do intend to sing him a little song.
Do it. Sing for us right now.
No, I'd like to try and persuade him to put down his weapons and
With
stop
a natural 20, you clear your throat. And what do you say to him?
fighting. This isn't a game that you can win. That's all.
He's... Just as Phelan finishes stabbing him with the short sword and he bares his axe, he hears you clear your throat, and he looks around to see you, standing there. His friends, dead. At the bottom of the stairs, Eridan, Mac, and Vlas the Ass slowly approaching. His heavy panting becomes a nervous gulp.
I mean, you can keep fighting if you want. I got more hugs I can give.
Anything but that.
What do you plan to do with me? You think you can get past Gorham? He'll kill you all.
I mean, that's okay. I'll just make him a friend. Just like I made you guys corpses.
Right. He takes a step back. Look, I didn't much care for the pirate's life anyway. And he throws his axe down. Go upstairs. I'm getting off this ship.
I mean, like right now, you could wait till it stops moving at least. We could like put you in the shackles and then you'll be fine. Either we die and they get you, or you live later. It's a win-win. Just like lock yourself up.
Yeah, I think it's your turn.
Yeah, all right. So he quickly goes over to the shackles. He does one up, and then he tries to do up the other, realizing that he is already shackled with one arm. I need some help, please.
Okay, here, I'll help. New friend. Yay! I can't
with
reach! I can't reach it!
So with a little bit of help, this last orc is shackled by his own will to the wall, leaving you to go to the upper deck.
May good karma find you, my friend.
What he said.
And one by
Can
one,
keep your karma. I
Go
just
up.
want to live.
and these dudes mostly gone. You go up, throwing open the hatch. The sleet, the rain, the wind howl.
Beautiful.
The smell of freedom has never been so bitter and icy.
I'm just super happy to get a shower.
But as you go out, it seems now the orcs have gone aside. The majority of them having had their asses kicked down below. There is now only a select few, and most of them seem to be furiously working the sails as the gales threaten the boat. Standing before you is a rather angry-looking orc, and beside him is the friendly orc boy, Skip, whom you met before. You know this man, you know this orc as Captain Gorham. And he steps forward, his sword drawn. 2 last orcs beside him. And he says, I sort of think the map was a bad idea. Sorry. Dramatic pause! Because it's hard to function it in Roll20 as well as this in. I'll just kind of give you that for a more of a visual reference.
Is he seeing us yet, or is he too busy dealing with captain stuff?
Mm-hmm. So, and we have the final fight. He steps forward, and he says in a guttural voice, "Take your best shot, slaves." And we will do initiative. Skip, you are in this round, should you choose to.
Right.
Alexander, you are hurt, but you are still able. What do you do?
For this, I think I'd like to try and get as high a vantage point as possible. So try and run up and climb into the rafters that hold the sails to see what I can see.
There is an easy passage up by free running off of a couple barrels. You can easily grab the next ledge and climb your way up to the crow's nest. But you will need, and you've already done so, your acrobatics nimbly allow you to ascend, and you reach the crow's nest.
Now let's see. I would like to use a bit of perception to see whatever I can see.
The gales are throwing the sails around you. It is hard to get a clear vantage point, but you can see that the sailors around are working diligently to keep the ship going. Barrels have come loose and are beginning to roll back and forth, along with a few stray cannonballs. The cannons themselves seem hard fastened to the ship deck, and out in front of you, you can see the faint glowing of a lighthouse beam that pierces through the night fog.
Would I, would I be able to tell how far away this lighthouse seems to be?
You consider it with another perception check. You estimate that you are perhaps a few hours at this pace away.
Very well. I'd like to...
It would be a dangerous swim.
Okay. So in that case, I'd like to stay up in the crow's nest and watch the fight from above.
Very well. You hunker down and remain unseen as far as you know. next up. So, one of the orcs decides he stands his ground, and he will fire upon. Sorry, rolling to see who he is. Flass the ass. It seems he's got a thing against half-orcs.
Oh, lovely.
So he throws his javelin. And the javelin strikes true. And you suffer 4 damage as it hits you in the knee.
Am I within 5 feet of Lass?
Yes, you are.
All right, then. When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you with an attack, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage by 1d10 plus 2. So I reduce it by 9.
Flass, the javelin is coming towards you, but suddenly Eridan's shield swats it down. You are unharmed.
Well, thank you for that.
Just try not to use any more fish barrels.
Eridan is ready for action.
How far away are the orcs?
They are 10 feet away.
Okay. I'm going to use my second wind for my bonus action to heal. Nice. 10 points of damage. Kind of tightening the belt on the inside of the shield, rolling my shoulders, kind of walking towards the orc to the left, the guy that just threw the javelin, and kind of drop into a fighting stance and just kind of kick him in the chest. I'm going to use one of my push die. Of course, does a 15 hit?
It does indeed.
Right. And he takes 9 points of bludgeoning damage as I just kick him square in the sternum.
He seems at first stunned that you can get your leg up that high without losing your balance. And then the impact shocks him backward. I was scrolled down too far. Mac, it is your turn.
Hi.
You and Phelan both stand behind your more aggressive melee friends. What do you do?
So, question: can I get within 30 feet of the captain, like right now?
Easily.
I'm gonna scuttle up to just on the cusp of 30 feet.
Very well.
And I'm gonna look at Enches, be like, all right, let's try this. Let's see if it works. And I'm gonna cast Friendship Beam, which is just Charm Person, by the way. And I'm gonna cast Charm Person on the captain.
Very well. He squints.
That's a 15 saving throw.
It
But
is
I have a
a
question.
wisdom saving throw, correct?
Sorry, let me double check.
Or charisma.
It's wrong thing open. Wisdom save, and it has advantage because we're fighting it. But I have another question.
Yep.
Am I able to use my special die to reduce their roll?
No.
Okay,
Unfortunately.
because that's like all I got.
Well, don't worry, because 2 plus 2 is only 4.
They're charmed for an hour. They regard me as a close friend.
Alright, so he turns to his generals. Do not hurt my friend! And he barks. And he looks over to Skip. Son! Protect that kobold with your life!
Yes, father. Oh, right away, sir.
Skip, that is the friendliest / most aggressive you have ever seen your father, the slave driver.
It lasts for an hour, by the way.
Mac, what else do you do on your turn?
I'm gonna just use a free action to yell, like, can you call them off, please? These are my buddies. I can kind of vouch for one. Definitely, I can kind of vouch for the others. But the food you made is gourmet. Those are some good guts.
But how persuasive are you?
Do I have advantage because he's a friend?
Judges, what do you think? Show of hands for yes, he has advantage.
I'm gonna roll this. I mean, that's a 23, by the way.
Jesus, don't bother!
Yeah.
All right. In fact, he says, stop. And with that, the fight ceases. The guards, take a step back. No, we're gonna keep fighting. And he rears his teeth in making an intimidation check against his own men. Oops. No, I don't want to look up the rules for intimidation. I want to make an intimidation roll. And the two guards flanking him. Sir, yes, sir.
And you guys laughed at friendship.
No, we laughed at a sock puppet. That was magic.
What? Enches is magic. Dude, how do you think I'm doing this? He's my like the symbol.
So very much to unpack.
The vicious slaver Gorham simply says, so, what can I do for you aboard my ship? I can offer you fish guts.
Since I saw you.
Men!
I would love so.
Till the sails! Why aren't you riding this storm? We need to get to Sinker's Wharf.
Now, Captain, my buddy, my good friend. We've known each other a long time, right?
Yes, we have.
You could even call me a trusted friend.
We have slain many an enemy. We have caused suffering, my friend, my brother.
Yes, that's right, friends. Now, I need you to trust me on this, okay? It's very important.
I would trust you with my life.
There's something coming that you need to be secure for. I want you to be safe as my good friend. Now, I need you to. So if you look at this thing, it will turn you to stone. It's horrible. It's scary, and I want you to be safe from it because I care about you so much. And I need you to blindfold yourself and follow me. We're gonna secure you in the lower decks because it might rock the ship, and I don't want you to get flung around and hurt your precious head.
I cannot believe this.
I can't believe it either.
Please. I need you to trust me on this. This is once.
All right. I fear nothing. You should know this of me. But, well, and you can see as he considers it, you might need to be a little more persuasive. And yes, you can use a push die for a skill check.
Should I roll again, or?
Yes, you have to. You're now persuading him to make himself even more vulnerable.
That's a natural 20!
So you can see it considering him and then he picks you up and shakes you. I have never had such a kind friend. Skip! And he points to you. You have the helm, my most hated son. I am going down below. And he rips off a piece of fabric from his tunic, and he blinds himself with it. And he goes to his other orc companions. Blindfold yourselves. We have nothing. So he just punches them in the eyes until they can't see. And he drags them
my
down
friend,
below.
So resourceful.
And just before he goes down, he points to Vlas the ass. You, large brother, you must shackle us in here, and no matter how much we beg, no matter how bravely we beat our breasts,
Weapons.
you must not let us free.
Mac,
Yeah.
they're weapons. They can't have weapons down there.
You know what? Just to make sure that you guys, since you guys are gonna be secured down here, I think we could use some backup up here. In fact, your son especially. Like, look, he's so pathetic. I think he could use your weapons.
I know! Son, if you can, try to hold this axe! And they all just sort of laugh at him as an axe falls to your feet, Skip.
And now, come on, let's go. We should probably hurry.
Farewell, and safe travels. Skip, if you crash the ship, I'm taking it out of your inheritance. And he closes the cellar door.
Yes,
Flass, you are quick to fashion a lock out of chains, and you roll some more barrels on top. It is going to be one hell of a task to open that ship.
I'm just gonna be standing beside, like, walk over, stand beside Phelan, and just looking at the hatch, going, I'm never gonna be able to tell this story. No one will believe me.
It's okay. I'll believe you.
Alexander, from the crow's nest, you have seen this entire scene play out. It is almost like watching it from an amphitheater. The rain beats down on you. Skip. Without you at the helm, the ship begins careening off to the left. What do you do?
Well, of course, I run right to the wheel and try to correct course.
Very well. Please make a sailor's check. All right, and the ship is unfortunately caught in a bit of a gale, and with a few of the crewmen now dead in the cargo hold of the ship, there aren't enough men to get things firmly in place. You are able to stop it from capsizing or anything like that, but the ship will need a new crew for certain. And with that, you are all, congratulations. Sound the trumpet fanfare, you are all now in control of the Urchin.
Guys, I did it. I made a couple new friends.
Mac, I do have to ask a question.
Yeah,
There is
hi.
a slight bit of concern. On a scale of 1 to 10, exactly how pissed is he going to be once that spell wears off?
I'll just put it this way. He will know what I just did.
I think it's best if you're all gone when that happens.
That's why I told him to go into the basement and lock himself up as best as he could.
Do you really
Because
think
I only
that's going
have
to stop
an hour.
him? That is
I
not
got
going
some
to
time.
stop him.
In fact, if you want, you can board up that entrance right now.
I have to man the wheel.
Well, I mean,
Maybe you
not
could-
you. We have like 6 of us. We have all these
We'll
people
be
in the
down the
chain.
bridge.
Well, right now,
By
before we
yourself.
all die, I would suggest that maybe
That's okay. We have an hour.
all hands on deck, please. I can't manage this by myself.
Oh, right here.
Oh, so you said the reason like we're having troubles because we're caught in the storm, right?
And there's not enough hands available.
You ever
Alright.
gone down a flight of stairs with your face?
Well, I might. This may be a bit of a stretch, but because I'm a little bit familiar with the more natural aspect of the world, in bonds with because the best friendship to have is with nature. So, would I be able to like kind of read the winds and like have us to help a little bit steer us in like some less aggressive wind areas that might help shoring
Are
a little
you
bit
saying
easier?
that you're some captain of planet? Are you?
No, I'm just a hippie.
You stare off into the blackness of the night. What does your nature skills tell you?
Not much. Guys, it's windy. It's heckin' windy up here.
Fortunately, from his vantage point, Alexander, who has been investigating the waves fairly quickly, looking from the waves to the ship and seeing how things are rocking back and forth. Alexander, you realize that with a few tethered ropes to some of the heavier barrels, you might be able to make up for the lack of hands.
Okay. So if that's the case, better do what I gotta do. I flip down out of the crow's nest and run down the mast, Naruto fashion.
And with the 21, this all happens exactly as he describes. 2 fists behind him, like a little whirlwind. Alexander the gnome
And
runs down, flipping. Sorry, continue.
would I need to roll anything to be able to tie the barrels up?
No. You all now have. This is kind of loose time, so because you don't have a hurry, you are.
I'll help.
Because you're not in a hurry, by sharing this information, you all have enough time to tie the loose ropes to the heaviest barrels, and are able to give young Skip a bit of an advantage.
I also just like stick a chair under the doorknob of the basement. Scooby-Doo style.
Everyone, I've been reading the waves, and it seems that if we tie these barrels up to the different sails here, we should be able to find our path through less treacherous waters.
I'll take any help that I can get.
And Skip, once the wild mainsails and the tillers, I assume I'm actually not that great at ship talk, are secure, the navigation becomes much easier, and now you can see the light of Sinker's Wharf. Although it is a dangerous place, and it contains the market with which your party was being taken to be sold, it is, as you know, the only area of refuge in this place, and your ship does not have the crew nor the supplies to make it any farther than this.
Okay, just a heads up, we're probably gonna ditch you real quick as soon as we land, because I don't want to be near your dad soon.
I thought you were all about friendship.
I am
Don't
about
wanna-
friendship, but I also know when friends need some space. And I'm a friend, and I need space from him.
There's
Friends
something
do come and
very,
go
You
and
very
have your
wrong about
boundaries. Firm boundaries.
All right. With that, for the first time in a long time, you all sleep in a more comfortable bed. Of course, it's a pirate ship, so it's really nothing more than a hammock. But it's better. It's better than being shackled to the wall. You all enjoy a bit of food and a bit of drink as you make your way into Sinker's Wharf. And that is where we will conclude tonight's session.
Hey, I did it, guys. I saved the
Holy
world.
shit.
Congratulations. So
You claim friendship, but there's something seriously wrong with you.
Yeah, don't worry about it too much.
all right, so thank you very much to our audience for joining us. I hope we have entertained. That is what we hope to do. And I want to open up the floor. If anybody has something they wanted to plug, something they wanted to share, please feel free to do. Sorry, I had hiccups for some reason or something. Anything else you're working on that you wanted our lovely audience to know about, please feel free to do so. Also, I'm not sure if she was able to make it, but our Alala Peter's Company favorite, Claire Sinnott, might have been in our audience tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, she received a... I've been taking lessons with Claire, and Claire, if you're here, thank you very much. I really hope you enjoyed the show. If not, we'd love to get you to check out another one. But
Hi,
Claire has
if you're here.
completely sworn me out of everything she's involved in now. She's like, don't let that guy anywhere near me.
Alrighty. So, and to our
Follow me
audience,
at
if there's
Guys
anything
Wasted.
you liked, if there's anything you didn't like, please feel free to mention so in the chat. We'd love to hear your feedback. But, all right. We'll start with Ryan. Sorry, I heard you saying, where can you be followed? What do we need to know about Ryan Geyser?
Follow me on Twitter at GuysMister, GaisMister, and I tweet sometimes. That's just the best place to find me, generally.
All right. And Kayla, how about you?
Follow me on Twitter at Kayla MVA. I'm pretty cool.
Aren't we all pretty cool? Isn't that
No,
fair enough?
only
Okay,
me.
only you. Only you. Kate.
Yes.
My apologies.
Yeah, stop it. So,
Alrighty. Alexander Vincent Cantrell, tell us a little bit about yourself and where we can keep in touch with you.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter or Instagram, both by the same name of A Cantrell, AYE Cantrell, as you see here spelled across the bottom of the screen, Cantrell. Yeah, I'm we post some cool stuff sometimes on Instagram. I don't really tweet, but I do I do stuff on Twitter sometimes.
he said,
Not
dude.
do. I don't do on Twitter, but I do things on Twitter.
He does do things, but he don't do.
Yeah.
And Kurt, a little about yourself and where can our lovely fans follow you?
Well, I'm Kurt, and you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, just Kurt Voices, all one word. And just be ready if you do follow me anywhere for probably the dumbest content that you will ever see in your life. Just putting that out there now.
Now I follow Kurt, and he may do on his social media.
I do. Yes. Or I do whatever it is.
I feel fear.
Is that legal?
That's another stream. That's OnlyFans for that one.
Oh wow.
Curtis
Kind of
Cooper.
about got me to that point.
Yeah, hi, Curtis Cooper. I'm currently doing some small projects. I don't do a lot of social media stuff. Working on that. I'll get that at some point. When I get those things, I'll let everyone know. But yeah, thanks for coming out. We're here every Saturday. We enjoyed doing our thing. We're glad that you enjoyed coming out and seeing how we make mischief.
Hell, we do.
We
No
do
doo on
do.
this stream.
We do. We do not do.
No,
I mean, that's up for
Only-
opinion.
you have to pay
I
extra.
think we
You
would
have to
get
pay
banned.
extra. No. Last I checked on certain social medias, there's people who are just having full on stuff happening, and they only got banned for a week, so we might be okay.
All right.
Oh, okay, if it's just a week,
We might
then
be
whatever. Why don't we
just
go
get a
all
week
out?
off. All right.
I'm
Right.
gonna post so much porn.
Porn.
Alrighty. And Charlie, tell us about yourself. Where can we find you?
At his
Here.
house.
You can find me here. I'm just
There he
just
is.
starting to catch up to everyone here. So it's an absolute ball. I'm a longtime friend with Kosh. Kosh has run many a game with for me. He's been in some of my games. I often get labeled as the forever DM, so I'm just happy to be playing right now.
Oh my god, stop. I'm gonna
But seriously though,
cry.
I'm absolutely honored to be here. And once I actually have stuff to post on like social media and Instagram and whatnot, I will post it, and then y'all will know.
Alrighty.
And you've been warned. I'm weird.
Alrighty, and for me, I do some cartoon work on the stuff. You can check out my web series, which a few people here have been kind enough to lend their voices to. It's called Arthur Z Fingers. It's another YouTube series. Just search Arthur Z Fingers. That's also the handle on Instagram. So I gotta do something about this hat flap. It's a little too flippity flappity. And yeah, we are hoping to drop episode 6 in the next few weeks. So hope you all all get to enjoy it. And finally, thank you all very, very much for joining us tonight. We hope to entertain you with more streams and more hijinks. I would like to, and please feel free to leave in the comments anything you'd like to see, anything you'd like to see more of. Yeah, sorry. Okay, it's time. The hat can go off now. The hat's coming off. You know it's real. I'd like to thank my mom for the hat.
Thank you, Mom.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so this concludes our episode 1 of Far and Away. What will happen next? I was not expecting that it to end like that, that's for sure.